Hey guys, welcome back to Sky Factory 2.5. I'm Brim, he's Grum, and this is episode 24. Now what are we going to do today? Well, we're actually starting off over here in one of my testing worlds, because there were some designs and things I wanted to look at. You can ignore most of this other stuff. This is where I come, when I read something online, or I think that something is true, or don't know if something is true, I come to a testing world and just build it and find out. That's the fastest way. You can go searching and asking for information, and you may or may not get good or bad information. This one was testing the efficiency of world interaction upgrades versus speed upgrades, so I think I've just got them stacked up all the way down through there, yeah. And it turns out this one, I believe it's this one that's most efficient. Now, I've only got the upgrades in the bottom one, not in all the ones up the side, but I needed the distance thing. Yeah, I'm 90% sure that's true. Alright, so we're going to look at this reactor right here. So, after the last episode, and I'm sure it came across in the recording, I was pretty... devastated is not the right word. I was pretty disappointed, I suppose is the right word, with the fact that there were only void worlds available via RF tools. I understood, the longer I thought about it, the more I understood why they did what they did, and it's not a big deal, because we still have things like tendrils, we still have things like orbs, I bet we still have canyons, it's one of these canyons, tendrils, orbs, canyons. So we still have things that we can make into special materials that we can use, but obviously it's going to cost a lot more RF to do that. So what I have been experimenting with is various reactor configurations, and I've torn this one down and rebuilt it, I don't know, a dozen times probably. I've tried varying heights and varying widths on turbines, and I think I finally settled. Why didn't I like this one? Was this the one that was getting way too hot? Yeah, this one's almost 3,500 degrees Celsius, and it's still heating up. And this is the one I was also doing some tests for passive reactors on, and coolant. I was trying to decide whether or not there was really any significant difference between liquid or gelid cryothium and resonant ender, and there's some. It's not huge. It's not a huge percentage, but probably enough that if you were building really big reactors or looking for extreme efficiencies, it would be important. However, I think I have kind of settled on this design. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that right? I'm thinking I did 9 because I know those turbines are 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, 9 by 9. And what this has got is 8 fuel rods in the center, so they're too tall, right? So you got 1, 2, and then the control on top, and essentially have resonant ender all the way around them. And then I think I had to play with some of these. That one's at 0, that one's at 0, 0, 0. Well, maybe, oh, that one's at 20, 20, 0, and 0. Alright, so what that does is produce a reactor that is outputting exactly 4,000 millibuckets. Well, okay, it's really not. If you have this attached to something else, you don't see, it floats up and down. With it connected to, what I've got is I've got it exporting, or I've got one of the coolant ports over here pushing into a tesseract, and I believe this one's Steam 2. And then I've got Steam 2 going directly to 2 different turbines. I think these were different height turbines. No, this is the one I was trying different blade configurations with. They turn out to be exactly the same, so as long as you've got the same, I think this one's got 84 blades in it instead of 80, and the other one's got exactly 80 blades in it, but this was the size that I settled on after doing some research. There's lots of good research out there on these reactors online. So this one produces 28,040 RF a tick, and requires, this is the most millibuckets per second. The most steam you can put into one of these things is 2 buckets per tick. That's 2,000 millibuckets going in here, and 2,000 millibuckets going in here. Now, this one is slightly more efficient because it only has the 80 blades. It's like 4 RF a tick more efficient. Whatever. So anyway, I think we're going to try to build today. We need lots more RF. Now, together, these things, they're almost 30,000, so they're producing almost 60,000 RF a tick between 2 of these turbines. That is a lot more RF than we are currently producing. And really, this reactor is not that much more expensive than the one we've already got built. So I think I'm going to leave our current reactor just like it is, but go ahead and build another reactor like this one and get it set up. So that's what I'm going to jump into today and see if we can't get ourselves some much better power so that when we decide to play in those RF worlds, like we were really limited in our last episode in how much time we could spend in that Yellowite world because we just didn't have enough. We were draining that vibrant capacitor bank in a hurry. So I'm going to do some measurements here. I'm going to lay out some numbers here, and I'm going to jump back into our real world and get out of this testing world, and I'll meet you back over there, and we'll see what we can't get set up. Hey guys, we're back over here in our main world, and I've poked a little hole in the wall out here. I think I want to go out to the north here and do that, not actually inside our structure, because we could end up having a bunch of these turbines as we build our reactor larger and larger and produce more and more steam. We could have more and more turbines that are being run off of that. Get me back in there, let me, oh, are you kidding? Fine, I'll do this way. we could have more and more and turbines that were running off that. So I didn't want to try to confine it now by sticking it inside the base. So I think I'll just go right out there. We don't really have anything out there, and we don't really have anything planned out in this direction. So I think that'll be okay. Now let's see. What I've got in my inventory is a bunch of yellorium dust. Now I did set up our. Those of you who are very observant might have noticed that our ultimate furnace was gone. It's because it's in here. Oh, you know what? And I may need. It is mostly fully automated. How's that? I don't have a recipe for. It is mostly, I say mostly, automated in that I've got a DSU sitting back here with coal in it. Yeah, coal in it. 3,000 coal that's feeding into the side of the furnace, just keeping it stocked up with fuel. I haven't got this connected back to the ME system yet. Probably should at some point and run an export bus over here to do that. But where you input. Yes, you input from the top and you pull out from the bottom, and that seems weird because if you look at it, you would think the fuel goes in the bottom and the input goes in the top and the result comes out the side, but that is not true. The input does go in the top, but the fuel actually goes in the side, and the output over here comes out the bottom. So let me, I guess I'm just going to feed these in real quick. I didn't really want to do that standing here. So let me cut away, feed these in, because we don't actually have, I take that back, we've got plenty of yellow right in the system, but I don't want to start burning up a bunch of yellow right, making new reactors, and not have fuel to go in later. That would be horrible. So I'll be right. Well, actually, we're done now. So I guess I sat there and run my mouth long enough that it became a non-issue. And I don't know if I showed this. I wanted this. We still got a bunch of space back here, and we put our. I built a bunch more of these interflux crystals, and I put our QED back here on the wall. But I hate that thing. That's probably a little overstated. So I hit it. I just cut the rest of the room off. I know we want to use that space at some point, but I didn't want to take the time to finish it out, so I just hit it back there. Yep, sure did. I still don't have the machines on that side of the room powered up either. Grr, need to get all that done. All right, so if we look at big reactors, we're going to need a few things. You know what? How much plutonium do we actually have in the system? Oh, that could be a problem. So you have to have plutonium. No, oh, we got to reprocess it. What am I thinking? We've got to reprocess all of that before we can make plutonium. Okay, well then let's get started building the cyanide reprocessor. So if you look at reprocessor, and this thing requires water too, so we might actually have all that in the system. Oh, we're just missing the fuel rod. Throw that in there. Actually, let's go ahead and grab 1, 2, 3. We need. There were 8 of those, and they were too tall, so we actually know that we need 16 more of those for the new reactor. So we'll just throw those in there too. Now we can grab that bad boy out of there, and we need to set him up somewhere. So I guess we are finally going to have to run some power over there. Let's grab some flux duct, hardened flux duct, and pop back down here. And let's see, where do I have power? These machines are all powered off of a tesseract set over here, aren't they? Grr, grr, grr. You know, I'm probably going to want to do the same thing on that side, because eventually these will all be automated as well. So I'm probably not going to want flux duct. I'm probably going to want to craft up some more, what is that? Conduit. We want the high-end energy conduit. This is the one right here. Now, tell me, do I have any? That's item conduit. I guess I don't have any right now. That's kind of strange that I have none. Did I put it in my bag by chance? I don't see any conduit in there. No. So I really did just happen to make enough the last time that I didn't have any left over. Okay, sure, if you say so. And then tesseract. You know what? Energy cell. Energy cell. Ooh, where's my energy cell? There, it's in here. So we're going to need to make another tesseract for that side, but the fluid transposer we use for that is now completely out of power. So we need to temporarily power him up long enough to be able to make a tesseract so that we can permanently power him. Ooh, closed. Yucky. Now we need to get back down there. And then we need to send the back as an output. He should be powering up, which means we can toss our tesseract in here and fill it up real quick. And then take it out over there and finish it. And then get these things squared away. Tesseract. That's the one right there. I really, really, really want to get the production of tesseracts automated at some point. Now, I ended up putting these up one, which will probably mean that I'll end up doing the same thing on these others. But for now, we're not going to worry about it. For now, we're just going to get them powered up. So we will do blocked, and receiving energy. Yes, that's what we want. We want it on this channel. Thank you very much. And we want to run this energy conduit right down through here. Thank you very much. Okay, that is in 1.1. And this should now be all powered up. Very good, very good, very good. Okay, so you know, the reason we did all that is because we want to put the cyanide reprocessor down here. Yeah, okay, so I got a little distracted. That's nothing new, right? Now, he also requires water to be input. Yes, he does. But you know what? I think I have got bedrockium drum with 4,000 buckets of water in it. I think that'll work. How's that? Will you actually... the blue one is liquid. Will you automatically pull it in? No. Okay, not a problem. Let's see. Do we have fluid anything? I prefer conduit. Hey, look at there. There's conduit. So we'll pop that off. We'll put a conduit on there. No, no, no. Okay, good. The good news is it did not pump... what is that? Oh, yeah, the resonant ender. It did not pump the resonant ender in there, which is really very handy. We did not want resonant ender in there. We'll get this up here. That should now be full of, hey, why don't you have water in you? Oh, because I didn't configure this. Yeah. And you should be an in. And now you should be full of water. Okay, very good. Now it's got power, it's got water, so if we toss in... Oh, no, this thing is slow. Okay, for now we can use a hopper. And... hopper. We do have a hopper. And let's grab a interface. Interface. Craft me up one, please. Yes, I said do it. And we will need... Oops, we will need cable. Not call-B, but cable. Oh my goodness. Cable. Am I out of flux cable? No, but there it is. Sorry. Throw you down here real quick. We'll go ahead and just stick this on the side and let it... Now, obviously, we want to automate this. We probably want to automate getting some fluid storage in, too, at some point. So that's going to be red. That's the input. You'll see the red square on it. And we're going to go ahead and toss this all in there. And let's go ahead and poke a hole here so we know where it's at. And we should be able to tell this to push the output, so that's green, down. And then we can put an IMI interface down here and run it straight across. And if we haven't done anything horribly wrong, this should work. Let's see. Go over here. Take a look at him. He has nothing in him. Now can we make... Ooh, can we make this both input and output? So that's blue, empty, red, green. Grr, we can't. But we can do the trick where we actually make the bottom the input. Oh, let me fix this right now so the bottom is actually the output, because that would be bad. So we could make it so the IMI interface is the input, so it inputs from the bottom and then exports out the back, and we just run conduit back down around to it. That would work too, so that we could fully automate that. But for now, that'll work. It'll get that processing and get what we need. So I'm going to let that process for a few minutes, put the floor back together here. And then, when this is done processing, we'll come back and start working on the next reactor. And then there's that moment when you just realize you totally hosed yourself. Yep, look at that. The, which one is this? This is the turbine housing, which is kind of like the reactor housing. It essentially is all the metal components, which is the top, the bottom, and all the sides. It does not use plutonium. It uses cyanide. Now ask me if we have any cyanide left. I believe we're going to find the answer to that is probably, if any. Oh, we still have some. Oh, we didn't convert it all. Okay. Oh, mercy. So I haven't been gone long. I've just been building pieces that we were going to need, and then suddenly realized I made a boo-boo. So let's toss at least part of this back in the system and hang on for a minute. I'm going to go back to building pieces. I just wanted y'all to see what I had just done, but it turns out it wasn't quite as devastating as I thought because, well, it's still fairly early. I'm glad I didn't walk away and AFK for a while. Oh my goodness, I'd have been so upset. All right, guys, we'll be back in just a second. So you can see where we're standing, right? So I still don't have enough cyanide. I require 180. No, I'm sorry. I require 160 turbine rotor blades to make what I want to make. I have what? 128, 139. So I'm short. I'm pretty significantly short. We do, however, have liquid, fluid, big reactor, cyanide still. I'm assuming that is like molten cyanide. I think we have to try it. I think we have to try it. Now, if we look at, I ended up not, matter of fact, I never even made an appreciable dent in that orb we were looking at. And what I end up with over here, 100 and, let's see, 000, so that's 14,195 buckets of electrical steel, which I haven't processed at all yet. I did end up building, actually I ended up building a fluid back when I was working on the other big reactor, just because it is like the easiest way to get fluids in and out of stuff. So I think what we're going to have to do, dump all these parts in here, and see if we can create yet another, do we have a bedrockium drum in here? We've got a resonant portable tank, but we don't have a bedrockium drum. I bet we've got one in here. We do. Now the fluid vac is pretty cool, but it looks like it needs to be charged. So we'll toss it in here and let it start charging. Oh, we're so fixing to drain. And we're going to need, so we need a blank. No, it's empty, right? We're going to need one of these. We're going to need that cyanite. Cyanite. Oh, do we have more than one? Oh, I bet these are all cyan. Yeah, they're different colors. Cyanite. I hope this will work. Normally, if it doesn't have a real name on it, like this one's got the fluid.bigreactor. If it doesn't have a real name on it, if it didn't say cyanite, molten cyanite. Normally I wouldn't do this, but I'm kind of desperate right now. I'm kind of desperate. So we're going to try it. And that will have to modify one of the big orbs. Or I guess it could even be a small orb. We've got 8 huge orbs. Oh, these are orbs. Those aren't fluid orbs. So we've got 11 fluid orbs and 19 feature orbs. We don't have huge... Okay, that's huge liquid. We've got 8 of them. And this is liquid. And we've got 11 of them. So let's use that one. We're not going to need tremendous amounts of this stuff. And I guess we'll let everything else be random? I think we'll let everything else be random. So there's that, and it needs to go in here, and it says that's okay, so we're going to do cyanite, question mark? And how expensive is this? So that's cheap. Oh my goodness. 15,000 RF a tick, 300 ticks. Well, there's nothing to do but to build it and cross our fingers. All right, let's try this. Let's try it. Let's try it, store. Oh, it would help to actually get it out of there, right? We need to come down here to our... we certainly don't need that in there anymore. Although the really bad thing is the moment you pull these out, they start losing power. And once they power down, you have to spend, that is not what I wanted to do. You have to spend the cost to power them entirely back up before you can use them. And I bet this thing over here is just crumpling in it. Blah, blah, blah. So you'll see that the input says 25,000. The only reason it says that is that it's currently, it's dropping now. It took it that long to drain the battery in the reactor itself. And now that the battery's drained, you're seeing the maximum output from the reactor itself. And it's pulling 53,000. So once this thing gets dialed up, and it is dialed now, we got to go. It is not, we are not creating enough to actually charge it at all. No, that's not right. It should be charging. Okay, this concerns me. So let's get out our ball of goodness here that'll keep us alive if things go terribly, terribly wrong. Let's dial that up. So from home to cyanite, dial. It says it dialed okay. It's yellow, not red. But I'm, oh, what? Okay, well, let's charge it up now. Oh, you goofy, goofy thing. Okay. So we need to get our... Where is the fluvac? Did I just put the fluvac away? Where is my fluvac? Okay, I don't see it. Am I losing my mind? Oh. Yes, I am losing my mind. I needed to charge it, remember? I remember exactly where it's at. Never mind. Cut, redo. Yeah. Alright, let's go over here and try this. Starting teleportation. Hopefully with this will not be anything dangerous. We can get in here and get the yellow right we need, turn it to blocks, and get out of here. Alright, so I'm assuming it's a void world just like all the others. We're holding our charge, which means we are keeping things charged up from the other side, but we don't have time to dilly-dally. Yes, I said dilly-dally. No dilly-dallying. Also didn't look and see, what is this? Packed ice. Ooh, we could use packed ice. Oh my goodness. Alright, so what is this? Fluid cyanite. Well, we're just going to have to, see if this is what we need. So let's grab as much of this as we can. And we're just going to, I wish it had a cool effect, but it doesn't. Get part of this. Sorry about that, guys. I had to cut away for just a second. Got all choked up. Cut part of this away and see. It'd be really cool being a fluvac if it had an animation, you know, a particle stream or a laser beam or something. But it doesn't. You just swat at it just like every other tool that hits the ground. I'm getting a little... I'm keeping an eye on the orb down there. Its energy ball thing hasn't moved. But the moment it even thinks about wiggling, we're out of here. Although we may come back. When we've got more power, we may come back to places like this and just explore them. And now, I did find... so in the world where we had the electrical steel, I went back in there, and if you'll remember, we had those dungeons. We had the floating, not dungeons, we had the floating abandoned mine shafts. I went back in and opened a bunch of the mine carts that were, oh, well, it doesn't hurt you. That's interesting. I went back in and opened chests that were in there for the loot. And I did find some dimlets in those, because I've been wondering, there's no dimlet buildings. I don't see any dimlet buildings in any of these worlds that we've created so far. I don't see any on the map here. So I've been wondering exactly how we are planning to get level 6 dimlets, because you can't build level 6 dimlets or rarity 6 dimlets, without having rarity 6 dimlet bases in order to do that. So I wasn't exactly sure how that was going to happen. Well, sure enough, I found a bunch of unknown dimlets in the chests, and when I took them back and ran them through the researcher, we did get one rarity 6 dimlet out of there. I forget what it was right off the top of my head. And I'm curious, it doesn't look like these are all made out of the same thing. Curious what these others might be. Well, that one's dirt. And this one's packed ice. I wonder what this one over here is. And then we're getting out of here. Is that endstone? That's endstone. Interesting. So it looks like maybe they're just made out of random materials. Although I really only see those 3 materials. Packed ice, dirt, endstone. Dirt, packed ice, Okay, all right, we're out here, guys. I'm going to go back and see if we can't turn this into blocks. Hopefully, that's my hope. And we'll be back in just a few minutes. Okay, guys, so we are back down here at the old smeltery, which we actually haven't used in quite some time, to be honest. And I have switched the fluid vac out from, you'll see it's blue there, that's collecting material. I'll switch it over to orange. And sure enough, I can just click twice on the casting basins, and it starts pouring in there. Matter of fact, it'll even work over here on the casting tables where we've got ingots in, and boom, it makes cyanite. So, excellent. We have a source for cyanite now. I guess we'll keep that world for when we need access to cyanite. Now, normally cyanite is just a waste product, and we wouldn't need to do this, but obviously we have to have it to build that reactor. So I'm going to get busy again. I'm going to try to turn a bunch more of this. I'm not sure that's enough cyanite. I'm going to, yeah, we need more cyanite. So I'm going to make a bunch more cyanite. I just want to show you guys that that does indeed work. And I don't know that I've ever tested clicking straight with the fluid vac before directly into a casting basin, but I was coming down here to actually tear out a basin and then grab some fluid conduit and, you know, all that stuff. But I just got a wild hair and I went, I wonder if I just click it whether it'll work or not. Well, answer to the question is absolutely. It will work if you just do that. So I'm going to do a bunch more of this and then we'll be back in a few minutes. I was just back over here gathering up some more packed ice. And I realized earlier that I bumped into this and swam through it and it didn't harm me at all. And then I had this thought. You realize that cyanite is the waste material from a nuclear reactor. Yes, so apparently swimming through nuclear reactor waste is not harmful to you at all. No, physics. I'm telling you, physics. Nuclear reactor waste is perfectly harmless. Shame on you. Shame on you. Back in a second. Okay, guys, we are back, and I think we are ready to get started on this. I hope. We've got enough pieces here. Let's see. We actually, I think we probably need to come in one, just in case we need to get behind it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And for this, we need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, what I'm immediately going to do is find the center of this and lay out my fuel rods. Fuel rods? I don't see my fuel rods. Did I fail to get them? I hope my ME system, it does. Fuel. You have to be able to spell fuel, though. Aha! And we will put the fuel rods. So we're going to come into, where's the center? Right here is the center going that way, and the center going that way. So basically, the entire center gets ringed just like this. Bing, bing, bing. And we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put up the rest of this as a speed build, I think. There's no real reason to watch me build yet another big reactor. So let's take a cut right here and get this thing done. Alright guys, so with that much of it done, we're going to simply use our fluid vac to fill in the resonant ender. And this will work perfectly except for the corners, which is why I came back. Because what we're going to see is that the corners, there's no block for me to place against, so they're going to want to be a flowing block. And what we'll do, just like that, we could have gone ahead and put some glass in here. I don't know what happened. You probably saw several times I had to go make glass. I kept making glass, and I thought I was doing it right. I would have sworn I was doing it right. And I even checked a couple times to make sure that, you know, yes, I pushed an entire stack in there. Why do you, oh, I guess you're flowing down there. We'll come around here and get these in. So I guess I was having shift click problems. I don't know. All right, now we will see that we have, this one is not right. And why is this one not right? Where are you missing? Somewhere you're missing. I'm not sure where it's missing at. Probably here in the middle. Yeah. Anytime you've got two flowing towards each other, check the one that's in the middle that does not appear to be flowing. So I'm just going to toss some reactor glass down there just because it's easy to break and get back out. And then I'm going to put resonant ender directly on top of it and then break my glass back out. And that will easily enough allow me to get all the resonant ender in here. And we'll be good to go again here in just a second. So what comes next? Well, next we probably need to get, we don't really want to, oh, we got to get an infinite water source built. Oh, you know, you got to put the resonant ender down before you break that out. So let me, yeah, we're not quite done here. We need to put in our controls. We need to get all the pieces of the reactor. I bet I still don't have enough glass. Oh my goodness. Okay. We'll be back in a second. Hey guys, we are back, and I think we're all set up. So this is a 9x9, better be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 by 9 with 8 control rods in it. Now, we did put in a redneck control port over here. I don't know that we'll ever use it, but this is a reactor that once we set it up, we don't want to mess with. So I went ahead and put one over there just in case the day comes that we decide we need that. I went ahead and put 2 reactor coolant ports on this, or 2 reactor cooler points, one on this side, one on the other side, and that will be for inputting water over here and pulling out steam over here. And then we've got our access ports, one going in for yellowite and coming out with cyanite. So I think it's done. Now what we need to do from here is build. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to build the first turbine. We'll do the same thing that we did. Oh, you know what? I don't have my ludocrat blocks yet. I have them over there being made, but I haven't. I don't actually have them in the system yet. So I'm going to start getting this built, and then I will come back. And I'll tell you what. I'm going to cut away now. I'll go make the ludocrat blocks, and I'll come back when we have the rest of the pieces. How's that? All right, guys. The ludocrat is cooking, as it were. We had. I think this was originally like 80 buckets, and it's there should be enough in there to get us. Well, we need at least a half a stack to do a single turbine, and there should be at least enough in there to do half a turbine. Oh, I did not want. What is that? Molten bedrockium. Wait. Okay, there's more. So I dropped a barrel in here. So the deal is with this setup, you cannot put an empty barrel in here until the fluid you want to add to that barrel is actually in the lines. Because, for instance, if I had put an empty barrel down here, and which I did, and the next liquid out were glowstone, energized glowstone, it would have gone to both of these. And it would have put a little bit of glowstone in here, and then there would have been no place for the ludocrat when it came out. Well, I just happened to luck out, because I dropped that. I was working with that when I just dropped them down here to catch it, and just happened to luck out that the next liquid out was actually molten ludocrat. So got really lucky there. So let's head back over here and get started on this actual turbine. Now, let's see. We're going to need our angel block because we're going to want to build this up just... Well, you know what? We can just do the... This is turbine housing, and it's really irritating that it's a different housing. At least I find it irritating. So do I want to leave 2? I think I want to leave 3 underneath, so I got plenty of walk room. Yeah, I think so. So pop those out. And then it just so happens that this is a 9x9 as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And this needs to be solid on the bottom. At least except for the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Should line it up there, right? Yep. And then we need to find the center of this right there. And we need to put in the turbine rotor bearing. Yep, that goes right in there. And this is where our actual rotors were. Oh, were we building rotors when we ran out of stuff earlier? We should have plenty of stuff now. So that's got to go all the way to the top of this thing. So let me grab the rest of our materials, and we'll do a speed build right here, and I'll show you the rest of this coming together. I'll explain some things after I've thrown it up, and we'll just move this forward really fast. How's that? Thanks, guys. Guys, so the multi-structure is done. You'll actually see that it changed. However, we've added no controls at all, and we've not added any ports. So we need to put our, and yes, I know I had to go make glass like 7 times or something silly. We need a turbine controller in here. I guess I'd forgotten just how many resources one of these things requires. Now we need turbine fluid ports. We need 2 of those, one for steam in, one for water out. Now we could just dump that. Do we want to do that? Well, we still have to have a port to do it though, don't we? No, we can do that in the reactor. We'll just pull it back out and cycle it back in. And again, we need our wrench to change the direction of this. Where is our wrench? Our wrench. So that one is steam in. This one will be water out. And then we need power. Now, there was a time, turbine power port. There was a time when these power ports only had like a 10K maximum output. I don't think that's true anymore. Turbine power port, yes. Oh, well, it actually says, there you go. It says 100,000. 1, 2, 3, maybe it's a million. 1 million RF. So there we go. We're definitely not going to produce a million RF on that one power port. So we are ready to get in here and add the pieces. Let's see if our ludocrat is done. Ludocrat. We've got 63. We need 64 for both reactors, so I hope that ticks up one more. Come on, go. Oh, I'm going to come up 1 block short of ludocrat. That would be really, really stinky. All right, let me in the door. All right, so we go up here. Now the turbine rotor housing, whatever thing, this thing. This thing right here, the turbine rotor bearing. That goes at one end of the I need now housing back, thank you. That goes at one end of your turbine, and at the other end is where your coil goes, and the coil is what actually collects the power. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now Ludicrite is the best possible material to build your coil out of. We want that 1, 2, 3, and 4 deep, just like that. Now we can grab our blades. We actually need, see, that's 64, 4, 5, 6. That's 70. And if we can get that to 77, there's 80. So the rest of this I can put away and not worry about messing myself up by putting too much of something in. All right, so let's grab these, and we're going to lay them out. Oh, there, I've got them right there on the bar. What am I trying to do? I'm going to lay them out just like this. Do 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, and we're just going to lay these out in levels. And I think I can even, so that allows me to get in and out again. Yeah, as I say, I think I can even use the wand to stack these up, which is very nice. And then we should have a row. This shorted, yeah. So what we want to do is we want each, I'm one by one. We want each one on this row to be too long, and that kind of gives it this tapered shape at the top, which I like. It's very pleasant to look at. Now, we need tesseracts, and this thing is actually a little on the tesseract hungry side, and the reason I say that, well, at least the first couple, because we need, just to get this first one up, and remember that this is making enough power or enough steam to support 2 of these. So we need, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need 7 tesseracts, and then 8, 9, 10 on the other one. So we need 10 tesseracts just to fire these first 2 turbines up. That's exactly what I said. So let me cut here. Let me go make a bunch of tesseracts, because I certainly don't have that many laying around anywhere. And I tell you what, while I'm away, I will go ahead and build the other one of these. I'll just mirror it right over here. We'll have 2 up and running, and then we'll see what we can do about, oh, I need to build the infinite water supply. We'll see what we can do about getting this thing actually up and running and seeing some power come in. How's that? Back in a few minutes, guys. All right, guys, we are back. The second turbine is constructed. It literally just mirrors the first one. And I think we are ready. I think I've got enough pieces on me. I think we're ready to go. Now, I've made another yellow chest, which is our yellorium chest. Where did I grabbed some item conduit, so we will pump that in. We need to extract here, and we need to insert here. And that should be filling. Why aren't you filling up with derp, derp, derp? Did I do something derpy? No, I didn't do anything derpy. Well, oh, there it is. I guess it just took a second to get started. Okay, so this will be coming out. So this is just items out. So I think that'll actually push out. Let me go see how I have it set up at the other reactor. I think that'll push straight out. No, we actually have a okay, well, we can grab another item conduit. Not a big deal. Conduit. I've gotten to where I avoid typing things with a T in them. I do, because I do. Yeah. All right, so this will be the export. So here we will go to, this is items, which we will send, and then we'll block, and we'll block. Oh, we actually have to put that on channel. So that will send our cyanite back to the ME system. Oops, nope, that needs to be in. There we go. So that will cycle all of that. Now, this is in, so this has to be steam, and I've already set up a steam channel. That sounds strange, doesn't it? I've got steam right here, so we'll put him on the steam channel, and this will be receiving. So we will. No, I'm sorry. This will be. We're on the reactor. We're on the reactor, so this will actually be water back in. Yeah. This will be water in. Yep. So switch him over to water, and this one will be receiving fluids. Yep, and no power. So all it's doing is receiving fluids. Those fluids are going to come from right over here. We've got a infinite source setup, and these each have a stack upgrade, a set of speeds upgrade, and a set of world interaction upgrades in both ones, pumping into this tesseract, which is just water. Now, the reason I went ahead and did this way is this now allows us to, we have a channel now for water. So anywhere we need to get water to, like up there where we got the cyanite reprocessor, we can just throw down a tesseract and pump water into it. So that was the reason for doing that way. So this is now, so we should now have water in here. We do indeed have water, and we can come over here, and this one is an out. So this goes on our steam channel, and it will block the items and block this, and we will send fluids. So sending fluids and doing nothing else on the steam channel. That's all good. Now we just need to come up here. This is in, so this will be steam. This is the only difficult part about this, and it's really not that difficult. It's just trying to figure out what goes where. So steam is a fluid, and it is receiving, so steam will be going into the system, and then coming out of the system is water. So we have to get this one on the water channel. And we'll be sending only for water, and then we do the same thing over here. So this is in, so this will be steam, and we will be receiving fluid here and pushing steam out, or pushing water back out over here. Blocked, and 1, 2, 3 to send fluid. Okay, yeah, oh, gotta get it on the water channel. Wow, now if I've done all this right, oh, we also need to send power somewhere. That would be nice. So this is here. We are blocking, and sending energy. Oh, we're so close. We're so close. And then blocking, 1, 2, 3, sending energy on the ME main base power and energy in. Okay. Now, if I've done everything right, did I set one of these at 80% or at 20%? 20%? I think that needs 2 at 20%. I think that is. Oh goodness. Well, all we can do is fire it up and see. Oh, here we go. 903 millibuckets per tick. That ain't enough. Oh, wow. And we're really hot. We've got plenty of water. Oh, we don't have steam going out. Why is our steam not going out? Sending fluid. Yeah. I'm an idiot. On. Now we should be seeing those temperatures coming back down as steam tries to get out of this. Okay, so we are consuming. Whew. Guys, I was really worried there for a second because I had no idea what I'd done wrong. I was like, what? No, this should work perfectly. So we are producing exactly 4,000 millibuckets per tick of steam. This temperature should come down to right at 1,000. Actually, I think it goes just below. This is consuming 1,000 millibuckets per tick. This is consuming, or 2,000, consuming 2,000 millibuckets per tick. We can see the speed increasing. We've definitely got steam in the system. It's not bobbling up and down and doing all that weird stuff. Why is the water not going out? Oh, because we got it set to vent only the overflow. Well, we could. No, we want to do that. That's exactly what we want to do. Now, the energy is buffering up, but it should not be doing that. It should be sending energy, yes. Send only, yes. To main base power, yes. I don't know why the battery is filling up rather than... Oh, because we haven't turned on the coils. Yeah, initially, we need to let this thing come up to speed, and then we turn on the coils. And we do that right here by clicking this button. Engage the cells. Actually, they're engaged right now, or else they wouldn't be producing power. That is a power tap back there, right? I'm going to pull this off real quick just to see. Make sure I didn't do something goofy. That is a turbine power port. Yep, that's what it says it is. So, let's just jump back. So, this is going to do its thing. It's spinning up speed-wise. Now, let's go back. What are these producing? These are producing, about 4,500. So, we should see, I think earlier we were at like 11,000. So we should now see closer to 20,000 RF a tick coming in. Oh, you know what? I bet we can't use it. That's why it's backing up. Okay. I tell you what. I want to see this thing actually go through the... we can... There's an easier way. Watch this. I don't know what I'm thinking. Where is the one that's got... what is this one? 509 RF a tick. Nope, that's not the one we want. Put that back on the wall. What is this one? 18,000 RF a tick. Now, let's see if we can keep up with this bad boy. Oops, wrong one. Put that in there. Boom. It should start drawing power big time. Look at there. Input 52,000. Well, that's coming out of the other reactor as its battery goes down. Come on. You should be able to get... No, that's not right. You should be able to keep up with that now. I mean, you probably can't keep up with all the 52,000, but why is this not coming in? I'm an idiot. It's because I'm an idiot. If you will recall, we set up the reactor on a different channel, and that is reactor power in. Blink. Nope, right there, please. Reactor power in, reactor power in. And this should have now fully drained and should be doing the right thing. We're up to 12,000 on each one of these. The RPMs are still building. Sorry, guys. I would say that I derped that, but that's really not unusual, so, right? I'm pretty good at derping stuff, so. So we're now have 38,000 in. Nice. As a matter of fact, we are now inputting more than we are outputting over there, so we actually have a net gain right now. And the turbines aren't even completely up to speed. And what was the cost on this? Cost on this is 18,000 RF a tick. So, oh, and this is the yellow right one. Yeah, that one's fuel. I like that a lot. Yeah. Now let's see how close we're getting out here. In my testing, this each produce about 28,000, and I think it's 28,040. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to cut here and just let these finish coming up to speed. Actually, I'll do a speed watch so we can see these come up to speed, and then we'll see exactly what we're getting out of them. Back in a second. All right, guys, we are back, and you'll notice that I turned off the disengage the cells. The rotor speed will increase much faster if the the coils are disengaged. So I disengage them, let it come up to speed. Actually, let it go just over speed, just over 18,000. This actually runs just below. I want to say it's like 1786 or something, so it's actually falling off a little bit. It will fall on down to like 2840. I think it's 28040 is what it is. But you'll see that we're at 80 of 80 blades. We are 100% efficient here. We are consuming 2 millibuckets each and producing exactly 4 millibuckets, and we're only using about, it goes between 0.1 and 0.08, so my estimation is that we're actually using about 0.9 millibuckets of fuel per tick, which is pretty reasonable for the amount of power we're getting out. This thing is just a beast compared to what we did have done. And let's go look while we were doing all of that. It's still coming down a little bit? Yeah. While we were doing all that, I went ahead and queued up, I think, 10 more vibrant capacitor banks to add to our vibrant. Looks like it's only done building 9. Is the other one? The other one is still right here. It looks like it's almost done. What are you building right now? I don't see where any part of this is actually progressing. It may be smelting ores over there. Let's see if our ore thing is moving forward over here. No, I don't see anything being processed. I'll have to come back and figure out why this did not finish. It doesn't say we're out of anything, but it is definitely not moving forward. Huh, okay, so we've got 9, so let's hop, you know what? We can't get back there anymore without coming down here, can we? Let's just toss these in, and what this is going to do, what this is going to do is suddenly provide a whole lot more storage for energy, so all of a sudden, it will be able to hold considerably more power, and therefore, therefore it will not be completely full, and it'll be able to pull out as fast as the turbines can send it over. So let's see how we're doing here now. So 68,296 RF a tick. So they're producing 28,000 apiece. That would be 30,000 minus 4 plus 11. Yeah, okay, so that sounds about right. That seems pretty reasonable for what we're producing right now. And of course, we're burning up a bunch of that right now over here with this dimension. Why is that red? Oh, because I didn't redial it. It's still the dimlet I've got in my backpack that's there. Yeah, that's it. So guys, that is amazing process for, we're almost to 100,000 RF a tick, which is very nice. Matter of fact, it'll only take one more of those sets to get us well over the 100,000 RF a tick. Let's come back here. We're definitely producing at least 10K. We were actually doing that with our other reactor after I built it up 2 more levels, so we can check that one off the list here. Let's back up a step. Create an actively cooled. Well, that's what we just did. Create a maximum size reactor. Nope, not there yet. Create a turbine. That is done. So I think next time, we have to jump into one of the magic mods. Now, I haven't decided exactly what magic mod I want to jump into right off the bat, but I think that's where we're at. So, yay and hooray. Guys, I appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed this. And if you didn't know anything about... I'm sure somebody will ask, so let me just answer the question now. These are 9 by 9 by 14 tall. And I try to make the inside 14 right off the bat, but they're not. It's the rotor shaft is 12 tall, and the last 4 blocks are filled up with ludicrite, and then the bottoms are filled up with blades. So that's the size of those. They're 9 by 9 by 14s, and this is a 9 by 9 by 4. I think that's really all we need to know, guys. I appreciate you hanging out with me. Again, I know you can choose to spend your time anywhere doing anything, and you chose to spend it with me, and I appreciate that very much. I look forward to seeing you next time, and until then, bye-bye. Oh my goodness, guys. Okay, so the episode is over, but I came back over to the Yellowite world to get fuel, and as I dropped down to vein mine this thing, I just happened to spot this. So it looks like the RF buildings are in, because that is one of them right there. Oh my goodness. I have been all over a couple of the other dimensions and did not spot these. So I don't know if they're just much rarer than I was expecting, or what. What is this material? See, and they're made with stained clay. Oh my goodness, this is such a good find. And of course, we've got... what is this? We've got dimlets in here. Oh, I punched them because they're item frames. Dimlets. We can turn this on. There should be more dimlets over here. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! So the really great thing about this is from Enderman we cannot get rarity 6 dimlets, but from these buildings we absolutely can. Rarity 0. Do any of these affect none dimlet? Some unknowns. What is this one? Tendrils. That's a 0. So it doesn't look like we got anything really great out of here yet, but we did get a bunch of unknowns, and they can be 16s. So this is an awesome find. I'm super pleased, and I wanted you guys to see that I had found it, so that you didn't have questions next time about, where did this stuff come from? So yay, and now that I know they're here, I will go on the hunt for more and more and more of them. Till next time, guys.